There's a reason why I put my best foot forward. Been fighting for too hard for far too long. Always getting beat up on this road called life. I'm trying to figure out where I belong. Lost in my own head, the doubts keep on coming. My heart beats faster.
Hello everyone and welcome back to One Piece of Me. My name is Nicole. I am the narrator. My life, my dreams, my story in the One Piece world. And we're going to have a lot of fun today because we're going to tell you everything, well not everything, but a lot of stuff about Nico Robin. So I picked her because she is phenomenal. We have so much to talk about and we never actually really dove into her backstory and a lot of things that have to do with her. So she's super important on the crew, as are my guests today. So please welcome, for the very first time, please welcome Josh to the show.
Hi.
Local player at Treasure Coast Magic with us, and of course, returning to the show, Jimmy. Welcome, Jimmy. And behind the scenes, we've got Joseph, local player, and of course, prodigy of the TCG game for One Piece. He has the best wins and gets the best prizes lately. We have not been able to go this past week, but we are back and up and running this next week, and we're looking forward to the new sets that are coming out to play with, all the new leaders, all the new cards, and of course behind the scenes is Devin Merchant from Ghost on the Oaks.
Yep.
And he's got a podcast, so follow along. So today, again, we're just going to tell you guys how important Nico Robin is. I'm at Ennie's Lobby going all the way back to the beginning, rewatching all of the shows. It's a lot of fun. Back to the beginning because I have a box of Romance Dawn. Tee-hee-hee. We're going to do an unboxing, so stay tuned for that video as well. And I wanted to talk about Nico Robin with you guys, and I called you on the phone to kind of talk a little bit about certain subjects and certain things that have to do with her. She's Miss All Sunday, first on the scene for you guys. She is Nico Robin. She comes from an island called O'Hara, right?
Yep.
O'Hara. And she is from an ancestry of archaeologists. And during the point where I'm at in the show, going back to Ennie's Lobby, and she is really the main focus. She joins the Straw Hats crew, but during her time there, she's kind of rebirthed her ability to want to, she's been inspired to want to live and go further with her life, where before she just, wanted to die. She thought her existence was nothing. We didn't really know too much about why. So that's the part where we now go back in time, and she's really important because she comes from a generation of archaeologists. Archaeologists that are going back in time to study something that is against the law. And so the thing is that these archaeologists want to basically find out more about the history of their lives, but also about this blank void period that happened many, many hundreds of years ago that the people on O'Hara really want to learn about and really want to know more about, and believe that the people deserve to know about that, and it shouldn't be against the law. Well, of course, the law finds out about it. They come in, and we're introduced to this thing called a buster call. Do you guys who wants to talk about what a buster call is and how that is really important to Nico Robin's backstory?
So a buster call is basically taking top Navy resources and guaranteeing annihilation on anything, no matter what.
Right, they send in all their forces.
Not all their forces, but it's just they send an absurd amount of regular forces, and then they send one admiral.
Right.
Like a blitzkrieg? German war tactics?
Yeah, they surround the place, they
It's just it's
shoot it up.
a golden transponder snail with a button on it, and you button it, and then wherever you are, they're gonna annihilate it no matter what. No matter what. So if you're on that island, if you're still on that island, you're dying.
Yeah.
You gotta escape.
Yeah, good guy, bad guy, or if you're even one of them.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So
and this happened when Robin was 8 years old and had no idea what was going on.
Right. And it was a moment where she also we were introduced in the backstory of knowing all of that, and we also got introduced to her mom and the relationship with her mom, and it was one of the ones that I actually cried for a second time in my bed, like, "Rah!" They just came coming down because little Robin at 8 years old is so cute. And of course, the separation of her and her mom came early on because her mom wanted to leave her behind to find out more information and felt like the fight against finding this information out was more important to leave her child behind, and didn't want her child to have anything really to do with her or be associated with her if she was about to now become a criminal of the government and of, be a part of this war to find out more about this void period. So she remembers her mom's face, but do you remember anything about that scene in Eni's lobby where she, we go back in time to O'Hara and her mom comes back to the island?
Yeah, it's just a big flashback for the most part. But you'll notice that that's a trend through One Piece, especially as you go even earlier than that, because it's the same thing of the parents leaving, and then at some point something happens to these major players. You have Roger for Ace.
Right.
You have Robin's mom. You have Dragon for Luffy.
Right.
Who, in the first 50 episodes makes his appearance.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
It's definitely one of those things where you'll notice that whole trend.
Yeah, it's always a tragedy. A family member, or somebody close that they love, and there's always, that lesson, or there's somebody missing. There's always this, feeling of abandonment. But for the most part, it seems like what's happening on the island is her mom comes back after being gone for so many years and doesn't realize that Robin, at such a young age, has gotten her archaeologist's license or her paper. She becomes an archaeologist. So now she's also targeted as well. Well, a giant gets there, Saul. He washes up on the island. He's, there to warn, people, and he thinks that what the, Navy and the Marines and everybody are doing is wrong. And then the mom shows up and she reconnects with Robin. And at first her mom denies her, doesn't want her to be a part of it. And then all of a sudden, it gets to that point where the buster call is called. Now the most important thing, and this is kind of one of the things that's interesting about today's life and how it has parallelisms into what we see in the show, is that when those parents go off and when they leave, it's in their head that they're following their dream. They're teaching their children to fight for what they long for and what they, want and what they seek out in knowledge. And so their crusade is almost pacified by leaving the children behind, but there's that abandonment issue that kind of follows it. And so when those backstories take place and we see those people reconnect with each other, again, it just is like so much emotion. And that's why you should definitely, if you're watching the show or if you're not watching the show, you should definitely watch Nico Robin. Is definitely a tearjerker. She's also really important in this moment too, because as O'Hara is being destroyed, she is the sole survivor. Do you remember anything about as she's escaping, the island and moving forward in her life, some of the things that she comes up against, through the course of her growing up now, abandoned, on the run, she's an outlaw.
I was gonna say that's the biggest thing is she had such a big bounty at being 8 years old.
Yeah.
That now, it's just a kid. We're gonna target the kid.
Right.
So she basically had to, find a way to make herself stronger and get through that.
Right.
And she relied on hiding behind one of the 7 warlords.
Yeah.
Yep.
Her backstory is similar to Cinderella too, because she got left behind at first with a sister or something of the father or whatever, and then there was another child involved. Do you guys remember that about Nico Robin? There was she kind of had that Cinderella at first on the island, kind of thing, and then she got taken in by other people, and then they found out who she was.
Don't remember that ever being a thing.
I don't know about Cinderella.
Yeah, it was
I only
almost
know,
Harry Potter-ish too, guys. Do you guys remember the
Just compared Cinderella to Harry Potter.
I did. Here's what I did. I told you guys something about Nico Robin, okay? Nico Robin, actually, I believe the whole creation of some of this story and backstory came from the combination of Cinderella, Harry Potter, and that whole, no parent is around, taken in by a family relative who thinks their child is the most special child, so they treat the other child like, they're the slave. So that's what winds up happening.
Yeah. She was put with
she's
an
now on the
adoption
run,
family.
and she's she's like a foster child, but then she's showing up and people are taking her in, and she's a hard worker and she's kind, but then they call the police on her and she's on the run again. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, so her So her backstory is pretty tragic, for sure. And now, at this point with the Straw Hats, she's found real friends, which was something that I wanted you guys to also talk about, is that, you know, with this part in Annie's lobby where Spandam comes in, and he's harsh and he's cruel and he's just over the top, right? Like, he is beating her in this horrible, and she is taking this beating, and she's cuffed. She's got this, you know, the handcuffs on. Joseph, I know you want to say something. I'm
not saying anything.
You look like you did for a second there.
I say something about it.
It's nuts. It's nuts. It's really crazy. So, you know, she's got the, you know, the power of the flower.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so she's, you know, able to add limbs and everything. That's another thing you need to know about.
I'm glad though that she like absolutely like didn't she like beat like the hell out of Spandam after she got uncuffed?
She did.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was so
like a
satisfying to
backflip
see.
over.
Like you, like it was so
Yeah.
satisfying to see that just because like it was like so like aggressive with how he was like reacting to her and stuff like that. So like seeing her like get like payback for it was kind of like satisfying.
Yeah.
And bro lived somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was very
He
disappointing.
wasn't even like crippled or anything like that
No.
either. I mean like just like broke his neck, broke his spine,
Yeah.
walking straight up like a big boy.
So you guys, back to Nico Robin for the ability to not only have the flower fruit, but she has the ability to read the poneglyphs. So these poneglyphs are pieces of basically a puzzle that are scattered all over the world. Jimmy, I know you know a lot about this. You called me and said there wasn't really no theories to talk about.
There's
so
no
do you want to talk about the
there-
poneglyphs?
We can talk about the poneglyphs. So basically, I'm trying to remember because there's 3 types of poneglyphs and they all mean different things. You have the blue ones, which are like the regular ones that they see that piece together the Void Century.
Right.
There's 100 total.
Yep, definitely
Then
something
you
to know about
have
her.
the 4 road poneglyphs, which are where the One Piece is.
Right.
And then I forgot the other one. I think they're like green. I don't know. You don't see them too much. But like basically, there's so much more that goes into the poneglyphs when you watch Wano. Just because you're wondering like, okay, in Sky Island it was this language of the people, but it really wasn't. It wasn't like that generation's language. It was just this is our ancestors' language. It was the ancestors. And then you have the samurais of Wano that like were able to scribe. They were able to write it. So it's just like, who were these people that used this language like universally?
Right.
But basically, I don't know where I'm going with this.
Well, no, where you're going. Well, I do know where you're going. It's easy to get off track because Nico Robin can read the poneglyphs, so that's something that you need to know about that, is that she can read them, and that's why she's important, because she's studied them.
So yeah, she's the only one who can read them.
Yeah, she's kind of like how Odin was to Roger.
Yeah, on the crew.
On the crew, she's the only one that can read them.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why she's important, of course, in Luffy's life, because he's going to be king of the pirates and discover the One Piece, and she's kind of the navigator of that particular path. You know, Nami is navigating the sea and the waters and the weather and everything, and she's really his guide on that path to finding out where that is, and to knowing more about the history of the world is going to achieve and help them get to where they're going. She's also
I just had a revelation.
have a revelation. Jimmy had a revelation. Well, dude, Jimmy had a revelation about Nico Robin.
It had to involve Robin, yeah.
All right, what has to involve her?
And I'm just thinking of like what's happening now, like what's going on with the world, like the main conflict going on with the world.
Right.
And then I'm thinking back to Wano when Robin and Law
Back to
when they
Wano,
went down to like
Wano.
with the original Shogun, and then he's like, yeah, 80% of Wano is like underwater. And I'm just like, I'm thinking, because what you know now in the manga, it's actually insane, like what's going on.
I was gonna say, I'm fully caught up in the manga, so I knew where you were
But
going.
I gotta like not say anything because of her. But you guys,
spoilers,
you gotta,
no spoilers.
you gotta
Just because I'm not current in the manga right now doesn't mean that I have to be like completely. No, go say it. This is what you guys need to know about Nico Robin and about being caught up in the manga.
I say this is what
Well,
we
it
say,
gets into
spoiler
like
warning.
it gets into like the whole story of One Piece,
Yeah.
but like just involving Robin, like Robin and Law went and saw that, this is a problem that's going on in the world, and it had to do with like the ancient weapons that we still have no idea what's going on.
So wait, how many ancient weapons are there? There's like 5.
There's
right?
3.
Three?
You go.
Three.
So one of them is Shirahoshi,
Yep.
That's Poseidon,
right? One of them is the boat or the ship,
Noah's Ark.
and then the other one is the one that.
Well, the ship. We don't know if it's the ship, but
No. When I say like the ship, I'm talking about like the one that Frankie, like
Pluton.
the blueprints. Pluton.
Yes.
Yeah. And then is the third one Noah's Ark?
no, Noah's Ark would be Pluton. That's what people think. And then there's the mother flame.
And where I'm at right now is where Frankie
Uranus.
burned the
Uranus?
blueprints to Pluton.
Wait, which one is
so
that?
That one's
People
gone,
think it's
right?
the mother flame. The thing beam
I
from
don't
the
remember
sky.
if we ever heard
erases
that. That's
everything.
okay. So we're
the one
definitely
that,
getting off track if we
that
start talking about
Emu.
Frankie.
Yeah. So who is Emu? Anyway?
We don't know.
Like, how does that work?
Yeah, we're not talking about
We don't
Emu
have
right
to
now.
talk about Emu right
We're
now.
only just talking. We're giving the fans the information on Nico Robin. And one of the things I wanted to do is just kind of give you guys a little bit of information. You know, it kind of gets, of course, one track to the another. But I had also suggested that everybody talk about some of the Nico Robin cards that have come out in the playing game because we're into all of it. We love it all. We play the game. We collect the cards. It's so hard to balance all of those things. But we wanted to give you guys some information about the different Nico Robin cards that have come out over the years and what's really to be looking for in the future. So Josh, what do you got for me with this?
So I'm gonna speak more on the future stuff because I don't have a lot of like the original Nico Robin cards.
I think there's like just like for people who do want to know, I think there's the red one from OP01, the 3-drop 4K.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's the Egghead one,
Okay.
the 1 cost 2K one, like it was like a 1,000 power character or less.
I don't know. I don't play Vagapunk, so but I know it's
No,
fucking
the
Vagapunk.
True.
red one. The people like
know,
that
maybe
people play
Josh-
inside like Zoro and stuff like that. If they play Zoro, even though it's dead. And then there's another one. And then what he was gonna say was
Yeah, there's the Miss All Sunday, the
Yeah.
5-drop purple
Oh,
one.
yeah.
But then for the next set that's coming out, so our set 8 is gonna be the Robin leader, who I think is gonna be who I play.
Not,
What color-
yeah,
what
no,
color
yeah,
is
she's
that?
so
She's
good.
purple yellow.
She's
Wow.
so
Are you
good.
gonna play
She's
that?
so good. Yeah.
I'm gonna see how it plays,
probably gonna-
because it's a very I forgot. I don't know what the effect was. What was the effect?
It was
It just has
banished,
banish.
and then
That's
and then-
the only thing you care about is it has
yeah.
banish.
And then it also has like a ramp effect. But
Yeah.
honestly, the banish is so good. Like I think banish is arguably.
I was
better
just
than
I knew it
double
had
attack.
banish. I was
Banish
just
on a
trying
leader?
to I was just trying to see like, okay, like how are people gonna build this based on if they want to use the effect or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those banish on the leader, and you're playing purple yellow, so you have triggers out of life, you have the Dawn ramp effects, and you can play Kaido.
Yeah.
Kaido and 10-drop Luffy. It's
What about Katakuri? Is Katakuri worked in there? Because I know that's a big body, and I know everybody's still going after the chase of that.
I mean,
possibly. It just depends
I
on how we
think
tech
the
it.
deck's more of like a thirst, or not a thirst deck, but like more of like.
But you're playing it more as in like it's
like thirst their
these
hand
colors
deck.
more than
Yeah, I wanna-
what the leader is.
Okay, so besides the sets, well, I don't even know that we named all the sets that she's had a card in. So what about set 2, the film card? Nico Robin had a film
She had a
card.
film card.
She has a film card. Is she playable in any of the decks right now?
No.
Because she would be film, and it would have to be in Uta, and I don't think anybody's running it in Uta. So that's what you need to know about that card. Anybody know what what the most valuable alt art on Nico Robin might be?
I think there's
Probably
only
this
one
one.
alt Nico
Probably
Robin.
this
That's
one.
that. and
Okay.
However much that is.
Because even like the Chinese one I was able to get for less money.
Ooh.
And
The anniversary or the New Year's one?
the anniversary one. The one you only got in China.
Yeah.
And I got Jazzy that card for her birthday.
Nice. Okay, so that goes right into the segment where we go message from Jazzy. So Jimmy has a friend named Jazzy. Hi, Jazzy. And we're going to do a little segment here on the show that's like message from Jazzy because Nico Robin is her favorite character. So what did she want the fans to know about Nico Robin and why she loves
Unhealthily
her?
obsessed.
Unhealthily obsessed. Do it, Jimmy. Do it.
Huh? Oh yeah, let me pull my phone out.
I love it because sometimes I'm like messages from the narrator. All right, so we've got a message from Jazzy. And when I told you we were doing Nico Robin, you told me that you were like, this was one of your favorite fans, or your favorite fan.
This is one of them. Definitely one of the favorite crew members.
And you have something for show and tell.
I do.
All right, well, let's do message from Jazzy.
We'll do
Let's do
Jazzy.
message from Jazzy first, and then we'll do a show and
We can
tell.
just leave these here.
Ooh,
Yes.
pretty box. Very nice. All right, message from Jazzy.
All right, so basically, like, she didn't want to seem like too like crazy over Robin, so she's like, I'll keep it short and sweet just to not go off the rails. This is also at like 12:30 in the morning, because I'm like, yo, you haven't sent it to me yet, and I'm about to leave for it tomorrow. So she's like, other than the fact that she's a beautiful woman, and then in parentheses, Oda's best girl, and her dark humor is peak. She's actually a very smart, strong, and independent woman, and that gets overlooked a lot. She has the enemy before the friend and survived as a terrorist. I don't want to, like, crazy with that term.
Listen.
But quote unquote, since she was like 8 years old, that woman knows how to survive, and she's got brains and the ultimate spy. Honestly, she deserves all the happiness in the world.
She does. Bravo, Jazzy! Bravo! I love it. I feel the same way. Nico Robin is definitely special. We love her. She's beautiful, talented. She's definitely a dream girl for sure. So we've got show and tell now. Josh, what'd you bring?
2020, Vans did a collaboration with One Piece. So before, I was really heavy into cards, as collecting shoes, and this is part of my personal collection.
Ooh,
so
I love it. I love it.
When Nichol reached out to me and she said, "Hey, we're doing a Nico Robin episode," I said, "I have the perfect thing." So this is only the second time these have been unwrapped ever. So
You never worn them or anything
I
like
have
that?
not worn them. These are the second time.
Oh, damn! Those are so cool.
The Robin Vans.
Purple,
It's
too.
purple and black with the One Piece.
Gorgeous.
So is it the same
Oh
on
my
both shoes?
gosh,
Is it both-
Yes.
It's the same on both shoes.
Wow, that's a really big shoe. These are gorgeous. A lot of people do collect shoes, and I have seen different styles go by, but this is absolutely fire. Ooh, I wonder if Jazzy has a pair of these.
Probably not.
Okay, well now you know what to do for her birthday.
It's gonna probably cost a whole lot of money.
Get to work. Do you want to?
No,
me to
fine.
pass?
Here, do we send her a
Do we
picture?
pass the shoe around? Do you want to see the shoe? All right.
So,
These are gorgeous, beautiful. Are you ever gonna wear them?
probably not. Just like I have the other pair that they did with all the crew on it. That they're still in the box. They will
bet
not
that's awesome.
leave.
Bring them for another one of the podcasts.
For sure.
That's awesome.
As a shoe collector, do you try to aim to get the shoes in your size for the collection, or do you just get whatever you can get?
I get the shoes in my size because half the time I did like wearing the shoes because I went through a phase of buying like Jordans, a lot of Nike products. And I was like, cool.
Everybody's done that.
Yeah, everybody's done it. So I always
The
aim
shoe
for my
fetish is
size.
real.
But I've stopped collecting shoes over the past 3 years or so.
You want one of my Crocs?
No. This
You might
was
want one of mine. I've got the gibbets on there. I've got the one-piece gibbets on mine.
funny enough. This was actually
True
the last
story.
purchase I've done for shoes, and I was gonna resell them, and then I was like, I can't do that. I was like, One Piece is too good. So.
It's one piece of you. One piece of you. Yeah, they're beautiful, gorgeous. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, and thank you so much for being here too, guys. Did you want to say something, Devin? Devin's got the mic. I was going to say, I normally give my guests just a little something, so these are for you. We can do them when we do the unboxing. So one for you, one for you. Thank you for being here on the show. Lots of great stuff that you need to know about Nico Robin, and we've shared that with you. So I hope you enjoyed this video. We are going to do a box opening, so stay tuned for that video as well. It will follow this one, hopefully, if our editing is all in order. But just wanted to make a quick note. My TikTok fans, One Piece keepers, thank you so much for being there with me on the experience of actually opening this box. And we pulled out 4 packs already and opened them on the TikTok live stream. So we do have the rest of the box. I hope you're going to be watching, and stay tuned for that to be continued. My name's Nichol. I am the narrator. My life, my dreams, and my story in the One Piece world. Thanks so much again. And subscribe, like, and follow. Let us know what you guys think. One Piece, one love, One Piece.
Wait, and you guys are who?
Random people. I'm Josh.
I'm Jimmy.
All right.
Thank you guys for being here.